Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Stanfield. I am the founder and CEO of My Sister's Closet. And My Sister's Closet is a nonprofit directed for women who are on a career trajectory. That journey, whether you are unemployed and are trying to get employed, whether you are underemployed, meaning you're working here, but you could be working here, where we help you in that career journey through our empowerment training, coaching, job fairs, which we have coming up very soon. And so I'm joined today by one of our amazing board members, Ms. Veronica Black. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I am Veronica Black. I am the Director of Strategic Planning for My Sister's Closet. We're glad that you're here to join us on this incredible topic that we're about to share with you today.
So I come from an HR background of over 35 years in human resources. And I love sharing outside of that, secret plates of human resources. Well, inside of my nonprofit, we share tips, tricks, and all the information you need to smash that interview, to upgrade your resume to A+ and more. Today, though, we're going to be talking about something that's one of my favorite subjects. And Veronica and I were chatting just a couple weeks ago about this very subject. You can't ask me that. You can't ask me that in an interview, but most people don't know that. So we're going to be sharing that today, right, Veronica?
Yes, yes. And it's going to be an amazing time because, of course, we have both probably been on both sides of the table. And so as an interviewer, I have to be very careful about what I can say and what I can ask to the interviewee. And then you, as the person being interviewed, you need to be aware of those things that you really don't have to answer and should not answer, because it's really illegal to ask those certain questions.
It's illegal. Thank you for saying that. It's illegal to ask you those questions. So if these questions are coming up in an interview for you, it's like ding, 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 a bell should go off. It's like a red flag, right? A red flag that this is not professional. Something's missing here. So we're going to give you some of that insight today. We'll be sure it'll be worth your while, though. So we're going to start with just a few things, because the way it happens is people don't ask you, like, for example, it's illegal to ask you if you're married. But in interviews, when you're sitting in these chairs and they're just having a conversation and it comes across like really easy, I may ask, and we're going to just role play here, me and Veronica, a little bit. So I may ask the question if, in a very unassuming way, about if you're married or not, right? Without asking the question. So you got to be aware. For example, oh, Veronica, I see you're wearing a wedding ring. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Right? So I didn't even ask her a question, but I sort of punted to her. So Veronica, how do you respond to that?
I would, you know what, it's you almost feel like you're obligated to answer questions when you are in an interview, but the way that you can get out of that is, yes, it's a beautiful ring.
Yes, yes,
Thank you for
exactly.
that.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Period.
Period. Period.
Because there was no question asked. But so why is that important? Why is it illegal to ask someone if they're married or not? Right? What does that mean? Or another one is, it's illegal to ask you if you have children. It's illegal to ask you if you have children. Okay, so if someone asks you that, so it's like, well, what difference does that make? Well, potential employer may be asking you that and thinking like old school thinking, like, oh, well, if she's married, then she's gonna have, and she's got kids, then she probably got daycare issues. She gonna be
Mhm.
calling in sick for her kids. They have all this old school thought process around it that may say, okay, well, if I interview somebody who doesn't have children, I'm gonna pick them because they're not gonna call in if the kids get sick. Well, that's illegal. You
Yes.
can't do that. That's discrimination. And
And
that's the kind of
correct.
awareness we want to make you knowledgeable on going in. We want to empower you to have the information you need. So when those things come up, you understand your rights as a candidate. You have rights as well. So let's pick another one,
Yes.
Veronica. Which one you want to pick? I mean, there's so many we could choose from.
How about this? How old are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you can ask me that. And I'm not really sure how that's relevant to the job. If you look at my resume, you'll see that I bring all of the skills, knowledge, and expertise for this position. So if you'd like to ask me anything about that, I'd be more than happy to answer that for you.
Yes.
Okay, put that thing right back.
Put it right back. Yes. And you know what I've heard recently, and it made so much sense. We oftentimes in our discussions, we may say, oh, you're a millennium, you're this, you're Generation X, actually, that is age discrimination.
It really is. It
It
really
is
is.
age discrimination because you are supposed to be dealing with me based on my skills and abilities. Nothing more,
Oh, that's good.
nothing less.
That's so good. My daughter is a millennial, and I hosted a conference recently. And she sat on stage with a group of other millennials, and the crowd, the group, the audience was older, right? And so we had, after they did their presentation, there was a Q&A, and someone stood up and asked the question, millennials, I made a statement and asked a question. Millennials have this label on them that they are entitled. They think they can get anything they want. They think that they deserve, they're entitled to get it. How do you respond to that? So you could even get this question in an interview. So this is all relevant, okay, for the interview.
Yes.
So what do you think about that label that they put on millennials? So my daughter is a woman of faith. I'm just gonna start
Mm,
there. She get it from her mama. And
yes.
so she said, um, I think that label is really unfair. She said, as a woman of faith, I believe that there are things that not so much that we are entitled to, but that I have faith and believe that I deserve and I can get. And she said, if it, in this context, she said it this way, you wouldn't say it in an interview, but in this context, she said, so if we have faith enough to believe what we ask for, and we do everything according to what the word says, well, is that really entitlement or is that a faith walk? And so, removing the label, removing that from us. Now, you may not want to bring that into an interview, your faith, although that's part of who I am. So it goes with me, Veronica, wherever I go.
Correct.
But for
Yes.
someone who is presenting in an interview, you may want to say that differently. You just say that I have a strong belief that I believe in this for
Mhm.
myself, and I'm willing to work for that. I don't think that label is fair. I'm not entitled. I just have the faith to believe that I can get that.
Yes. Yes. And I think it's also important that you articulate your value because that's what you are being interviewed for. They want to know what value you will be adding to the team, to the organization. So your focus should be articulating the value you add, not my age, not my race, none of those things that are trivial or not trivial to what it will take in order for me to accomplish the task and responsibilities for that job description.
Absolutely. Everything has to relate back to the job, and if it doesn't, it's out of order. For example, if you're pregnant, speaking to the women now, and it's illegal to ask you if you're pregnant. Are you going to take leave? How long are you going to be off? They're going to be thinking all of these things can come
Mhm.
along with that. So it's illegal to ask you if you are pregnant, your family status, if you are married, we just, and then as I said earlier, if I did vocalize my faith, a religious discrimination is also, it's illegal
It's
to
still
ask you about your religion. It's illegal, get this, it's illegal not to hire you because of your religion, because of your marital status, because of, right, your family status. It's illegal.
yes.
So go in armed with that information. And there's one more we wanted to touch on as well. Veronica, do you want to touch on just one more? You spoke about a couple, like the age. I love that one because it works in
Yes.
multiple ways.
Yes. And this one is probably a really hot topic these days, and that is they cannot ask you what's your sexual orientation, right?
Absolutely.
No matter how you, if you need to present yourself well, neat, but they cannot ask you what your sexual orientation is. That is discrimination off the bat. Again, the focus is the value you add, your skills and your abilities. And that's the conversation that you need to continue to reiterate when you are interviewing. You are talking about your skills and your abilities to accomplish the task at hand.
Thank you, Veronica. As Veronica was saying earlier, she's worked in corporate America for over 30 years and has an extensive background. I have an extensive background in HR, and we're bringing this information to you because we believe that you need to know this walking in. The more information, knowledge, education is power, and we want to empower you, to impart that to you. And we do that regularly. We have a number of upcoming trainings. Recruiters call me the master interviewer. They hate sending candidates to me because I'm going to get down and needle down to the real person that they are. But I think that's really important. But I take that mastery and I then pour it back into the community through My Sister's Closet. If you aren't following us, if you are not aware of what we have going on, you should go to our website and look at what's happening. We have, as I said, job fairs. We have some amazing trainings coming up. It's all absolutely free. It is our gift and honor to the community. We're recording this on Martin Luther King Day in January 2023. We don't believe this information is going to ever get old, so it's not going to get stale. We're going to keep updating and pouring out. Continue to follow My Sister's Closet and know that we are here to support the community in your career trajectory and support you in finding the employment that you deserve, and to help you through interview training, resume writing, and much more. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. I'll turn it over to Veronica to close us out.
Yes, and I just want to again, thank you all for your time and your consideration for just paying attention to these tips that can really help you when you land an interview for the next dream job that you're looking for. Just remember, there are certain things that they cannot ask you, and you are not obligated, and you should not answer because it is illegal. So do your research. Continue to stay tuned to all of the things that we offer through My Sister's Closet. And we are hoping to see you soon, because one of the things that we will be doing quite regularly, and I know Maria just mentioned it, and that is mock interviews. So if you need some little assistance on, preparing yourself for that upcoming job interview, please make sure that you reach out to us.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. You all have a great day.